Okay, so I'm taking time for myself to integrate from all the amazing things that just happened in the month of September. And I am sitting here having such a realization that I've taken a lot of time over, I would probably say like a decade of my life now, to acknowledge and educate myself in the things that I'm curious about. And if you feel me on this, then you'll probably love this video. If you don't feel me on this, then maybe this will trigger you, and that might be a good thing. But one of the biggest things that I really deep dived on, and I feel my perspective is extremely well-rounded, is the events that are playing out in Palestine and the history of the Nakba and how all of it intertwines into like recognizing that this genocide is very much so happening, and then the light, the thing that is so fucking amazing is that quite a few people are aware, to the point that like truth is like very obvious to them. They're out of the matrix basically. I don't know if you're following, but I'm going to keep going. Now, the matrix is the kind of philosophies that basically say, and if you've never seen The Matrix, which is insane, but I also understand because I've never seen E.T. Phone Home. So I see you. If you've never seen it, 222. The Matrix is basically like the veil that covers what the truth is about the world that we live in. And Matrix is basically what most people are doing right now in society, going to work 9 to 5s, paying bills, working to live, like just bowing down to like governmental laws and just seeing themselves as small. And I know that, again, this could be triggering. So stick with me if you stick with me. Don't stick with me if you don't stick with me. But that is what the Matrix is in the movie, and that's what it is in reality. So when people say I'm getting out of the Matrix, that's kind of like where we're going with that. So you might call us the woke ones, right? Or whatever. Which I take that as a compliment. Thank you. But basically what I'm getting at is that the people who are out of the Matrix or are seeing it are doing absolutely insanely brave and phenomenally, incredibly world impacting. So an example is the flotilla. If you don't know about the flotillas, they are basically a group of boats that are from multiple different countries coming together to move from their country to Gaza with aid. And it is so fucking brave because they're not taking weapons at all. They only have food and living supplies for those people who are being forcibly starved, which is a very real thing, going back to the history of the Nakba that I was talking about. It's extremely intentional. And so those people that are awake are doing that. And the piece that I am just like having such an interesting thought on is that for us that consider ourselves woke, that basically means that we have to see what we're doing as I like, what is the word? It is like not really even a word for it. It is like a word that's bigger than astronomically. It's like it expands kalpas of time, like what we're capable of doing by being awake and doing things like the flotilla. And it's not because like there's a complete belief that when the flotillas arrive, or if the flotillas arrive, like it is actually so much more about it's already happening. And that's what I think is so special and so beautiful and so incredible, is that you cannot stop what we're doing. It's already happening. You will not stop us. You have not enough. It is a absolutely priceless. It has nothing to do with money. You could never buy it out. It's already happening and you will be stopped. And I'm looking directly at the camera with that, because I think that the message that's coming through for me is around, and again, this might trigger some people, but those that truly are in the cycle of what I would call the rat race, and are really, really, really not recognizing that not only is there a genocide going on, but the president of the United States is a pedophile, and all of his people around him are also a part of that. And sex trafficking rings is one of the biggest things that is a major problem in the globe. And legitimately, like, there are people who just know, but they ignore, or they don't know and they truly are not recognizing what's going on. And then there are people who really do recognize what's going on, and those are the people that are doing that work that I'm talking about that's going to impact kalpas. And so what is the point of my video today? I think that it really is a message that's coming clear to me, that like there's a group of us that are completely resonant with everything I just said, right? I need that group to hear this message. It's not going to be feasible for us to make the people who are across the aisle the enemy. Instead, we have to think of it like we are extracting worms out of the lion's body and we're performing a surgery. It's not about a one person. It's about a true programming and philosophical understanding. Like, they haven't had the red or the blue pill. They have no idea. And so of course they'll resort to they will resort to killing people, you know, and they will resort to the type of hate that we're seeing people like Trey Reed experience, literally being hung in 2025. Like, what the fucking fuck? And you know, Ashada Shakur, the person who just passed away a few days ago, being an activist for human reconnection. You know, that's what all of us are in general, right? We're in human reconnection. Like, this, it's literally a philosophy that it can't be broken by us spewing the same thing back at them. That's what I'm trying to say. We have to really drop into our bodies and connect to our hearts and be in our space of whatever's our gift in order to truly like change the hearts of people. And I have like my Buddhist practice to thank for all of like this true like message right now. But like this situation that we find ourselves in 2025 is such an opportunity that is never going to happen again. Especially if right now you're a millennial or you're even a Gen Z. This will take us over 100 years to accomplish. And we have to know that it's a long game. It's not immediate. And we have to fight and transform things. and it's going to happen. But we need to recognize that just cutting off the snake's head just makes more heads. So it's really about truly transforming people's hearts. And so that's like something that I feel, that's what I live by. And again, it goes back to my Buddhist practice, but I think it also just goes into, that's who I am as a human being. And I'm going to like fully and completely own that. Like, I have always been observant and extremely wide open mindseted. And so listening to other people's thoughts, even if it's like very hateful things, has allowed me to understand from a perspective that like I feel like is really it's just so incredibly needed in this world, and all of us can take that perspective. So I don't know, I hope this resonates. If it doesn't resonate, leave it at the door. If you feel like it resonated, I would like to know in the comments. And this is like a lot of things, but this message was for someone, and I'm excited to connect with you.